Sorry, ya estoy grabando.
Okay, vamos a empezar con la inspección now. Vamos a empezar ya con los marker lights. That's it, marker lights properly mounted and secure, not cracked, not broken, clean, amber in color, and working properly. Mira, hicimos como 4 o 5. Okay, my windshield is properly mounted and secure. It's not cracked, it's not broken, it's clean, and it's free of debris or any legal stickers obstructing, the driver's view. You're gonna check on the wiper blades and arms, making sure they are properly mounted and secure, not cracked, not broken, and not bent. Lastly, my rubber blades are not missing, dry rotted, or worn out. Checking on the mirror bracket. Mirror bracket is properly mounted and secure, not cracked, not broken, not bent, and there is no nuts or bolts missing. Lastly, my convex mirror. Convex mirror is properly mounted and secure, not cracked, not broken, it's clean, and it's properly adjusted to the driver's preference. Checking on my headlight. Es plástico duro también. It's properly mounted and secure, not cracked, not broken, as it is clean, and it's in the properly colors. It's clear and amber. As we have 4 functions. We have high beam, low beam, turning signals, and 4-way emergency lights. That's it, my headlight is not condensated and is working properly. O sea que no tiene agua o humedad dentro. License plate is properly mounted and secure. That's it, is clean, it's visible, and it's up to date. It's not expired. Okay, under my truck, we're gonna look for leaks. That's it, no leaks of any kind, no cables or hoses hanging or dragging on the floor. That's it, we're gonna look for engine oil, power steering fluid, and coolant leaks. No fresh leaks, ¿verdad? Que no estén frescos. Entonces a separar para afuera. So, okay, now we're gonna make sure the truck is not leaning to any side or the other. That's it, which might indicate suspension problems, or one of the front tires can be flat, or you might need some air. O sea, que no está leaning, que no esté ladeado. Que pueda significar que hay un problema con la suspensión. Una de las llantas de enfrente puede tener baja de aire o ponchada. Okay. Más o menos está parejo a nivel. Luego de ahí ya nos venimos y abrimos el coche. Con todas esas partes hay que explicarlas antes de abrir, ¿ok? Y aquí ya levantamos aquí con este.
¿Ahí tienes este?
¿Todos son Volvos? Sí, los que usamos casi todos son Volvos. Manejarlas allí y allí levanta. Hay mucha raza que anda buscando acá las
de estas.
No los mira, no, eso los veo que andan buscando las agarraderas a las orillas. Sí estudió el video.
Sí, el video.
A la derecha. Estas son las unique parts, las partes únicas que tenemos a la derecha. You're gonna start with the AC compressor. That's it, AC compressor is properly mounted and secure, not cracked, not broken, not bent. That's it, no nuts and no nuts and bolts missing. That's it, no freon leaks, and it's belt driven. So we're gonna check on the alternator. Alternator is properly mounted and secure. That's it, there's no nuts or bolts missing. It's not cracked, it's not broken, it's not bent. That's it, my electrical cables are properly secure. That's it, no cracks, no cuts, not frayed. That's it, no exposed wires, and no burning marks. That's it, my alternator is belt driven. También. Water pump. Properly mounted and secure. That's it, no nuts or bolts missing. Not cracked, not broken, and not bent. That's it, no visible oil leaks, and it's belt driven. And now my belt conditions. That's it, my belts, all my belts. That's it, they shouldn't have no more than 3/4 of an inch of free play. That's it, no cracks, no frays, and no excessive wear. Están muy desgastados, muy...
Ya desgastadas o viejas.
Sí, las agarras todas, ¿ok? Todas las agarras.
También esta.
El test y todas. Al mismo tiempo que estás explicando, es en plural en todas. We're gonna check our coolant reservoir. Coolant reservoir is properly mounted and secure. No nuts or bolts missing. That's in no crack. It's not cracked. It's not broken. It's not leaking, and it's filled to the properly level. Así, the cap is not missing, it's not cracked or leaking, and it's hand tight. Me la agarras.
Aquí está bien apretado.
Así on the coolant reservoir hoses, properly mounted and secured with metal clamps. Aquí tienen las clampas. Es plástico suavecito, so dijimos no abrasions, no bulges, no cuts, no fray, no pinch, and no leaks. Okay. Checking on my radiator. Radiator is properly mounted and secure. And there's no nuts or bolts missing. Not cracked, not broken. It's not bent, and there's no visible leaks.
No visible leaks.
Radiator hoses, upper and lower radiator hose. Tiene dos, una abajo y una arriba. Upper and lower radiator hoses, properly mounted and secure with the metal clamps. También es suavecito, so decimos no abrasions, bulges, cuts, not fray, not pinch, and no leaks.
No.
So para todo lo que es duro se le dice lo mismo, todo lo que es suave se le dice lo mismo. Okay, vamos para el otro lado. Súbate aquí para que mires más de frente. Así, okay, now this is my power steering reservoir. Así, it's properly mounted and secure. It's not cracked, it's not broken. Así, it's not leaking, no visible oil leaks, and it's filled to the properly level. No le hace que no se vea, hay que decir que está al nivel. Bueno, the power steering reservoir cap, así, it's not missing, it's not cracked or leaking, and it's hand tight. Bien, está bien apretado. Power steering hoses son blanditas, ¿sí? Bien, so that's it. Properly mounted and secure with metal clamps. That's it, and there is no abrasions, bulges, cuts, not pinch or frayed, and no visible oil leaks. Vamos a seguir la manguera esa. Viene aquí y pega hasta acá. Mira, donde pega es el power steering pump. Power steering pump properly mounted and secure. No nuts or bolts missing. That's it, not cracked, not broken. No visible oil leaks. It's gear driven. And works properly. Ese ya trabaja con el engrane del motor. We're gonna check our air compressor. Air compressor is properly mounted and secure. That's it, no nuts or bolts missing. Not cracked, not broken. No audible air leaks. Acuérdate que el aire se escucha, por eso no audible air leaks.
No audible.
That's it, it's gear driven and it's working properly. This is the engine oil fill cap. That's it, it's not missing. It's not cracked or leaking. It's hand tight. That's it, this is where we add engine oil when the truck needs some. Donde le echamos se ocupa. So this is my engine oil dipstick. Let's see, this is where I check my oil level. To check my oil level, I have to pull it out, wipe it off, reinsert it back in. Let's see, engine oil, it needs to be above the refilling mark.
Como
Arriba de la marca del
arriba
stick.
de la marca del nivel.
That's it, the stick is not cracked or bent. It's securely closed and there's no leaks around the stick. No tienes que sacar, nomás mencionar el proceso. Pues.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna take a general overview on the air hoses. General overview on the air hoses. Es plástico duro esta vez. Mira, tántalo. Se tinta diferente, ¿verdad? Que
Sí,
aquel,
que las de que son, esas son de más suaves.
Okay, so that's it. General overview on the air hoses, properly mounted and secured to the air fittings.
Yeah.
Este plástico más duro dijimos que no cracks, cuts, and not frays.
No frays.
Not pinch,
No pinch.
and no audible air leaks.
No oil boards.
Aquí hacemos abrasions, bulges, cuts, pinch, fray, and no leaks.
No leaks.
Cambia poquito. This is my washer fluid reservoir. Las it is properly mounted and secure, not cracked, broken, or leaking. Las it is filled to the properly level. Aunque no se vea, todas las reservas tienen que estar
al nivel apropiado.
The cap not missing, not cracked or leaking, and is securely closed. Now my steering components. That's in my steering shaft is securely mounted, not cracked, broken, or bent, and it shouldn't have no more than 10 degrees of free play. Universal joints. My universal joints are properly mounted and secure. That's it, no nuts or bolts missing, not cracked or broken, and properly greased, properly lubricated. Power steering gearbox, properly mounted and secure. No nuts or bolts missing. That's it, not cracked, not broken, not bent, and not damaged. That's it, and no visible oil leaks. This is my pitman arm. My pitman arm is properly mounted and secure. That's it, we're not missing the castle nut or the cotter pin. And it's not cracked, not broken, it's not bent. This is my drag link. Drag link properly mounted and secure. Not cracked, not broken, not bent. And no nuts or bolts missing. That's it, this is my upper and the lower control arms. Upper and lower control arms properly mounted and secure with the castle nuts and the cotter pins. That's it, not cracked, not broken, and not damaged. And they're not loose. ¿Ya? Esta barrita redonda que está aquí atrás. Mira.
Sí.
Este va a ser el tie rod. That's it, my tie rod is securely mounted on both ends. There's no nuts or bolts missing, and it's not cracked, it's not broken, it's not bent. Okay, that's right. Okay, we're gonna go back to the suspension parts. We're gonna check on the frame. On my frame, we shouldn't have any illegal welding repairs. No extra drilling holes, and it's not cracked, not broken, and it's not bent. Checking on the spring hangers. My spring hangers are properly mounted and secure. There's no nuts or bolts missing, and it's not cracked, it's not broken, it's not bent. These are my leaf springs securely mounted, not missing, shifted, or any illegal welds, and not cracked or broken. Okay? Yeah. You have the U-bolts. My U-bolts are properly mounted and secure. That's it. They're not cracked, broken, or damaged. And we must have 2 nuts for each U-bolt. 2 nuts, 2 tuercas para cada tornillo. My shock absorbers. Shock absorbers properly mounted and secure. That's it, no nuts or bolts missing. It's not cracked, not broken, it's not bent. And there is no hydraulic oil leaks.
No hydraulic oil leaks.
This is my front steering axle. As in, my front steering axle is not cracked, not broken, it's not bent, and there is no illegal welds.
Illegal.
No tenga weldedura. My brake parts, that's in my air hose, it's properly mounted and secure. That's it, suavecito, no abrasions, bulges, cuts, not pinch, and no audible air leaks, and it's not frayed. My brake chamber. Brake chamber is securely mounted. There's no nuts missing. I see no cracks, no dents, no holes, no audible leaks. My push rod and slack adjuster, I see they are properly mounted and secure with the locking pins on the cotter keys. So they're not cracked, broken, or bent. When my brakes are released, I see I shouldn't have no more than 1 inch of free play when I pull by hand. That's it, otherwise brakes needs adjustments. Okay. My brake pads are properly mounted and secure, not cracked or broken. As they're clean, no grease, no